以西结书第41章。And he brought me to the temple and measured the post, 6 cubits wide on one side and 6 cubits wide on the other side was the width of the post. And the width of the entrance was the 10 cubits, and the side of the entrance was 5 cubits on one side and 5 cubits on the other side. And he measured the length of the outer temple, 40 cubits, and the width 20 cubits. Then he went into the inner temple and measured each post of the entrance 2 cubits, and the entrance 6 cubits, and the width of the either side of the entrance 7 cubits. And he measured the length of the inner temple 20 cubits, and the width 20 cubits before the outer temple. And he said to me, "This is the Holy of Holies." Then he measured the wall of the house 6 cubits thick, and the width of every side chamber 4 cubits, all around the house on every side. Amen. And the side chambers were in 3 stories, one over another, with 30 units in each story, and they extended to the wall, which the house had 4 side chambers all around to be supports, so that there would not be supports inserted into the wall of the house. And the side chambers that went around the house become wider as they went up by stories, because the surrounding of the house increased upward around the house. Therefore, the house had a width upward, and so one went up from the lowest story to the highest through the middle story. I also saw that the house had a raised platform all around, and the foundation of the side chambers were a full reed of 6 long cubits. The thickness of the outer wall of the side chambers were 5 cubits, and the space that was left alongside the side chambers belonged to the house. And between the chambers and the house was width of 20 cubits all around the house on every side. And the entrance of the side chambers were toward the space that was left, one entrance toward the north and the other entrance toward the south. And the width of the place that was left was 5 cubits all around. And the building that was in front of the separated place at the side toward the west was 70 cubits wide, and the wall of the building was 5 cubits thick all around, and its length 90 cubits. So he measured the house 100 cubits long, and the separated place that at the back, and the building with its walls 100 cubits long, and the width of the front of the house and the separated place toward the east 100 cubits. And he measured the length of the building before the separated place, which was behind it, and its galleries on one side and on the other side 100 cubits. And the outer temple, the inner temple, the porches of the court, the threshold, the latticed window, and the galleries of the surrounding side chambers with their 3 stories. Opposite the threshold were paneled with wood all around. Even from the ground to the windows. Now the windows were latticed. Amen. To the top of the entrance, both in the inner house and outside, and on all the walls all around, inside the outside, were measured. were both carved cherubim and the palm trees. And the palm tree was between two cherubim, and every cherub had two faces. So there was the face of the man toward the palm tree on one side, and the face of the lion toward the palm tree on the other side. So it was carved in and around the whole house, from the ground to the top of the entrance cherubim and the palm tree were carved, even on the wall of the temple. The temple doorposts were squared, and at the front of the sanctuary, whose something in appearance like the appearance of a wooden altar, 3 cubits high, and its length 2 cubits, and its corners, its length, and its walls were made of wood. And he said to me, "This is the table that is before Jehovah." Now the temple and the sanctuary had 2 doors, and the double doors had 2 swimming leaves, 2 leaves for one door and 2 leaves for the other. And carved on this, on the doors of the temple, were cherubim and the palm trees, just like those carved on the walls. And there was a threshold of wood upon the front of the porch outside, and there were latticed windows and palm trees on the other side, on the side of the porch, beside the chambers of the house, and the threshold. Amen.